We were brothers for 20 years. We built an empire from a dusty garage. But I didn't know I was building a throne for my own assassin. While I was fighting to save my company, my best friend was the one pulling the plug. He stole my money, my clients, and my trust. He thought I was finished. But I'm not just a businessman. I'm a survivor. And I'm about to show him exactly what happens when you betray the wrong man. Watch the ultimate takedown. Part 2. The voiceover prompts. 1 to 90. Focus. Whispering, tense, emotional realization, rapid-fire climax. They say a mother's love is irreplaceable. But what if it's also imitable? For 5 years, I lived with a woman I called Mom. She looked like her. She spoke like her. She even knew my deepest secrets. But the soul behind the eyes, that was a stranger I never knew. The truth didn't come in a shout. It came in a whisper. And a bill. A surgical bill for a face that was bought, not born. I looked into the mirror and wondered if my own memories were lies. She was cooking my dinner while I was cooking up a plan to survive her. I saw the scars, the tiny jagged lines where the skin didn't quite belong. When the sun went down, the mask began to slip. I climbed into the attic, chasing ghosts and finding monsters. My heart was a drum, beating a rhythm of pure, unadulterated terror. I opened the box, and my childhood died in an instant. There she was, my real mother, bound, broken, replaced. I wanted to scream, but the air in my lungs had turned to ice. She had been dead for 5 years, and I had been hugging her killer every night. I heard a sound, the sound of a hunter finding its prey. She was standing there, a silhouette of a nightmare in the doorway. "What are you doing, sweetie?" The voice was perfect. The intent was lethal. I had the lie. My life depended on being a better actor than she was. The knife in her hand was an extension of her cold, calculating heart. I gave her a smile. The hardest thing I've ever done was smiling at her. She looked right through me, searching for a crack in my armor. Her touch felt like death. Cold, hollow, wrong. Back in my room, the walls felt like they were closing in on me. I reached for my phone. No signal. She had cut me off from the world. She wasn't just my mother. She was my jailer. I was trapped in a house of glass, and she was holding the stones. I wasn't being watched by a parent. I was being monitored by a predator. Every corner of my life was bugged. Every breath was recorded. I remembered the accident, the fire, the bandages. It was all a setup. She didn't save me. She claimed me, like a piece of property. I found her notes. She had studied my mother like a script for a play. She knew my allergies. She knew my fears. She used them against me. While I was grieving, she was draining my future into the dark. Downstairs, I heard the steel, the sound of a knife finding its edge. I finally realized why she never smelled like home. I didn't have a mother anymore. I had a weapon, and I needed one too. She was coming up, the rhythm of a killer who knows you have nowhere to go. Tea time, Maya. Her voice was a poison dipped in honey. I knew what was in that cup. 5 years of sleep in a single sip. I opened the door, playing the role of the dutiful, tired daughter. I watched her watch me, a game of cat and mouse in a silent hallway. I spilled the tea, but I couldn't spill the truth. Not yet. For a second, I saw it. The monster behind the plastic surgery. She went for a towel. I went for the window. The air outside was cold, but it felt like freedom. I was on the roof, dancing between life and a very long fall. I slid down the pipe, my hands raw, my spirit on fire. I ran into the woods. The trees were my only friends now. Then the lights came on. The hunt was officially on. She stood there like a demon with a searchlight. I held my breath, praying the shadows were thick enough to hide me. Crunch, crunch. She was close. She could smell my fear. I found the shed. A small, rusty hope in the middle of the dark. An old phone. A lifeline from a world I thought I'd lost. The dial tone was the most beautiful music I'd ever heard. 911, please, my mother. She isn't my mother. Then, silence. The cord was gone, and she was here. The door flew open. The nightmare had finally found me. You have your mother's eyes, Maya. I think I'll keep them. I didn't pray. I fought. I swung with everything I had left. I hit her, and I saw the lies fall off her face. She wasn't human. She was a collection of stitches and stolen dreams. I ran until my lungs burned, chasing the lights on the highway. Help was coming. But was it too late? I collapsed into the arms of the law, finally letting go. The briefcase told the story that I couldn't put into words. They searched the house, but the monster had retreated into the dark. They found her, my real mother, resting beneath the roses she loved. I was safe, or so they told me. But how do you feel safe when the world is full of masks? I found a note from the past, a warning from beyond the grave. The nightmare didn't end with the sirens. It was just changing shape. A week later, a gift arrived, a scent I could never forget. Lavender, my mother's scent. But it didn't feel like home. The bottle broke, and so did my sense of reality. I looked at the screen. I saw her. A new face. A new lie. She was across the street, waiting for me to lower my guard. She had bought another face, another chance to be my mom. She left her old skin behind like a snake in the grass. I realized then I couldn't run forever. I had to become the hunter. I baited the hook with my own life. I waited in the dark, listening for the sound of a closing door. She came for me, one last time. A knife for a daughter's heart. But I wasn't there. I was waiting for her. The sparks flew, and the monster finally stayed down. We pulled back the mask. It was the woman from the store. The woman from the park. I found her in the garden. And this time, she's finally at peace. Thank you so much for watching Chloe's journey. If her story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share this video with someone who needs a reminder that they are unbreakable. Click the next video to see another amazing transformation.